Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Cancer for the middle of May. Now Cancer, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Cancer, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone that is not me, that's someone impersonating me, please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I will not send you a message on any platform. I do content on Instagram as well, so if you'd like to give me a follow there, check that out. Make sure you use the link in the description. Let's go and see what we have here for you. Now, you know the drill. The only way this channel continues to grow is if you hit the like button and subscribe. It really does help with the growth of this channel, but more importantly, hitting the like button ensures that other people who may need to see this video and hear these messages have an opportunity to do that. All right, I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. Let me go ahead and make sure we're all in view here, and then we'll get right into it for you, Cancer. All right. I think that looks good enough to me for right now. Energy on the bottom, you have the Two of Cups. Always a pleasant surprise to see the Two of Cups in a tarot reading. So, speaking of that, I do feel like some of you will be pleasantly surprised. I even get this energy of blindsided by maybe potentially a romantic proposal, a love offer. I don't see like the Ace of Cups, I don't see the Page of Cups, but for whatever reason, intuitively, I am interested. I am feeling like blindside energy where it's like, whoa, here's this person. I had no idea they were interested. It's also possible that some of you are furthering a connection to somebody you already know as well. With this Two of Cups energy on the bottom, you may already be in a relationship with them, or you may feel like one is coming intuitively. This is, as you can probably tell by now, my favorite romance card in the tarot. It is two souls linking up in this lifetime. However, if you're not here for love, which not everybody is, what the Two of Cups may talk about is you may be partnering with someone in business. You may be working together with somebody to bring about a solution. Especially because, do I see the Three of Pentacles? Yes, I do, because you have the Three of Pentacles. Definitely partnerships in career and business are on the table here. You could also be saying, you know what, I'm going to make a promise to myself. I'm going to partner with myself here, and I'm going to stop. I always use this example. Do I use this with Cancer all the time? But like, all right, I'm going to stop eating junk food. We're going to make this partnership happen, right? I'm going to stop doing that. Or I'm going to start going to the gym. And you're in a partnership with yourself and maybe with your guides as well, your spirit guides. Now, in the current situation, you do have the Two of Pentacles. So somebody has maybe, or maybe even you, has been really going back and forth on a decision, okay? You can tell that this person's kind of juggling the coins in the air here, trying to keep all the plates in the air, trying to keep everything going. This can represent a change in the material, change in financial situations. By default, it's a good change, and I don't see a whole lot of loss here. I do see some things to just be mindful of, but here's what I'll say. When I get the Two of Pentacles in a Mercury retrograde period like we're in now, I would always say, like, ask yourself before you purchase something if it's like, if you actually need it. Or if you're just like, I don't know, did you see a TikTok that like sold you on a product and now you're on Amazon and like, you know, there's like $200 worth of stuff in your cart. Like, do you actually need it? When you get this Two of Pentacles, it can just say be mindful of your spending habits. Here, you do have this thing about habits coming in with the Devil on the bottom, so just something to be mindful of. But I also, in love here, I do feel like either you or somebody else has been really weighing back and forth in their mind, like going back and forth on something as it relates to a relationship. In the problem position, you do have this Page of Wands. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, this person, that if you're here and you're single and you're dealing with somebody and you're like wondering like what's going on here, this person likes their freedom. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now with this Page of Wands. It's not that they're not interested in you. It's just Page of Wands is like the energy of energy. It's a lively type of person. It's an energetic type of person. And they may be they're like weighing their freedom. Okay, do they want to actually be in a relationship? Do they want to actually commit to somebody here? Is what's happening with this Page of Wands energy is kind of what I'm feeling. In it, if you are, you could also, by the way, be doing the same thing. By the way, like you may be asking yourself if you want to stay single or if you want to commit to somebody. That could certainly be the case. I'm not here to say what is right or wrong in that situation, but I do think this is on your mind. If you're not here for love, it's possible that some of you are in a situation with your career where you need to like get something started. And I feel like maybe you're trying to figure out how to do that. You're going back and forth. I'm not getting an offer, even though Page of Wands can typically be an offer in news. I'm not really getting that. I'm getting like you're looking to get something started with something or someone here. And it's almost like you're trying to figure out how to make that happen. And I think this is around teammates, teamwork, group work, colleagues, something along those lines. Now, in the past, you have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is accelerated motion. It's a really nice card. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's things moving forward quickly, something happening at a quick pace. This one actually can bring good news here. And so this is showing up in the past. This is definitely a very good card to find if you're like, looking to put yourself in front of people, like on social media, for example. Maybe you're trying to start a YouTube. Some of you maybe have started a YouTube channel. I think maybe this is really random. I think maybe some of you have gotten word that you have a presentation to deliver. This is not going to be for everybody. It's almost like I see like two people right now at, what are those things? It's like it's like an easel, but it's like they're like two people at a whiteboard that's like giving a presentation, or like I see two people standing in front of a group of people. It might be like a PowerPoint, but PowerPoints are kind of not a thing anymore. Like a PowerPoint presentation, a slideshow, or like what's coming forward in my mind is like a whiteboard, presenting at a whiteboard. And it's almost like I get the sense that this is maybe something that has been heavy like in the energy for some of you. It's very specific, but I do think that has maybe happened. This card can represent communication from a distance. So maybe it is through like a PowerPoint or whatever the thing is now, maybe Zoom or something like that here. I think this has been on your mind if you're here for work. I think you're going to crush it, by the way. I think you're going to do very good because you have some rewards here coming forward. Now, in the future, you do have this Hierophant. So this is your organization or the workplace. This is representing your workplace potentially. This can be a mentor. This can also be anything that is traditional in nature. So like a traditional 9-to-5 job, for example, or, maybe like grandfather energy, for example, just to like throw an example out there. This is also a card of marriage, in that marriage is a traditional construct. It's also Pope energy. Popes can marry people depending on like what you do for your wedding and whatever. And so I definitely think that for some of you here, hopping back into that love scenario and that love storyline that we've been picking up on here, it's like for some of you, you're really weighing your freedom. It's like, I get the sense that if there's somebody that you're dealing with, either they're thinking that you're long-term, like we're talking marriage level stuff here, or they're just going to stay single, or you're thinking the same thing. Either I'm going to stay single or I'm committing to this person. And this is potentially happening for you in the future, by the way, but I do think this on your mind. I think both of your minds. On your minds, you have the Moon, which is this is your consciousness, your awareness, your thoughts. The Moon can say that something is not as it appears, but it just really asks you to trust your gut and trust your intuition here at this time. It's a major message of intuition. It is something that is temporary. It is a temporary situation. It's like some of you either want something that's temporary or you don't. Like, it's such a confusing message here where it's like there is absolutely commitment available, but it's almost like some of you have cycled through temporary situations in love. And I will say, hopping back into that work storyline, if you're here for work and you are indeed doing some type of presentation or something, The fear that you are having is temporary. The fear will go away. Okay, so let me help you out with that. You're going to crush it. Like, it's going to work out. No need to fear. The fear that you're experiencing in a workplace context, and even if you're not giving a presentation, like if you're just worried about teaming up with somebody, or maybe you're worried about a meeting or something like that, it's going to go away. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. In the lower row in the subconscious, or what you can't see, the hidden, you do have the Justice card, which is Libra. There is like commitment. There's commitment energy here with the Hierophant and Justice card. You can see the scales on the card. Scales in the tarot represent karma, but it can also represent legal situations. And remember, marriage is a legal commitment. It is a legal contract, as you have the Hierophant here and the Justice card. And so it's almost like this may blindside some of you, actually. In the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have this devil energy here. The devil is a card of our shadows. It's just something that we need to work through. I think this is around negative thinking for some of you here. I also think that some of you, how do I say this in a PG way? I think some of you are asking whether or not this person is a player or not, or are they done being a player? Like, they've probably had, the kids call it, they probably have a body count. All right. If you know what that means, you know, they've been around. What that means is they've been around the block. Okay. And because you have this Page of Wands here in the problem position, and you have this Hierophant here in the current situation. And so it's like you're wondering if they're done with that. Like, is that time in their life over with? Like, are they ready for commitment? And you know what? I'm even going to turn this around. You may be thinking that as well. You may be thinking, okay, I've had a couple things here and there. Am I ready to commit to a person? In workplace context, you're fearful, you're negative, you're thinking negatively here with that devil situation. You will definitely crush it. In the external influence, there is an ending happening. You know, the Ten of Swords, you know, it's obviously the swords are kind of defeating this person, but it is an ending, right? It does say that the worst is behind you and there is new hope on the horizon. I just am somebody who likes to take a more positive spin on this. And so I think it's the end of fear for many of you. I also think it's the end of like not knowing what's on the table, like not knowing where this situation's going, not knowing where you stand with a person. I think you're going to get some clear answers here. In your hopes and fears, you have the Fool. You're really hoping for a new start. This is not just a new start, actually. This is a powerful new journey. The Fool, for me, is the most powerful card in the tarot because it starts off everything. So it's like the chain reaction of the major arcana. It's the spark, it's the ignition. It starts everything here with this Fool energy. And so I think some of you are ready to leap forward. I think some of you are ready to leap into commitment with somebody, or that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping for the other person to reciprocate in that feeling. In the outcome, you have this Three of Pentacles. So this is really about reward and recognition for some sort of quality job. You can see that this person is presenting. This person's presenting their work. They're actually presenting the statue that they've carved here. And the other colleagues and the teammates are showing, you know, giving them like feedback, criticizing their work, whatever the case may be. But the Three of Pentacles does assume that you've done a good job. You've done a quality job in building the statue or in building the work. And so I do think that there are rewards on the way here if you are in this workplace situation. I also think here, I'm not really sure what this means for the love storyline, so let's go ahead and do this now. In the clarifications here, you have the Seven of Cups, you have the Two of Swords, and you have the Five of Cups. So it's like you and this other person are both just a little bit overwhelmed and confused about where either one of you stands or where you stand or where they stand with this situation here. This person is blindfolded. They're not sure where they stand. And then the Seven of Cups is maybe confusion, particularly confusion by the amount of choices and the amount of options at hand. There's a lot of confusion in this reading, and I think that this is probably the source of the disappointment here with this Five of Cups. And so the clearest advice that I can give you in this reading, particularly if you are here for love, is to get clear, is to have the conversation with this person. And I think some of you are about to do that in this period of time, which is from the middle of the month really into June. Timing's hard to wrap down, but I think some of you are going to get clear. It's interesting because in the Kipper here, you have this false person, privileged lady, adjudication, which I don't love. False person is somebody who's a negative energy, just like the devil, which I don't like. The privileged lady can be, in their detriment, a gossiper. Actually, with false person and privileged lady, that could be somebody spreading rumors, talking behind your back. Adjudication, with the justice card here, obviously that could be a legal situation, but more importantly, what I feel like is going on here, whether you're here for work and you're dealing with a colleague that may be gossiping, or you're here for love and you're dealing with somebody else in your social circle or in your life who may be gossiping, here's the deal with adjudication and justice. As long as you are being the highest version of yourself as you can, as long as you are not engaging in lower vibrational energy, and you're not getting caught up in the dogfight, you will be fine. Everything will work out for you, and that's kind of what I feel like leaving this reading on. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.